what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another NIKKE reaction. Today we have, at last, Annihilio's theme. This was requested by Leah in the comments of the last video. Why did I do that? I do some dumb shit in the intros of these sometimes. Anyway, I'm going to be listening to this today, and without further ado, let's go! That sounds different. Like, different than usual. Ooh, wait. Okay, there's no way this is Cosmograph. I know I've heard this sound before. Like, in context of NIKKE. Now it's gonna bug me. Whew. Whew. I can't place it. I can't... Like, this isn't Cosmo's sound. As talented as he is, this doesn't have his usual characteristics in it. But I know this. I know who did... I can think of like 3 or 4 other songs that have a similar kind of feel to this. Huh. The name's not coming to me right now, but I'll probably have to look after I'm done listening. Ooh. Oh, that's different. Ooh. I love that slight delay it has. Oh, God, it says it on the screen, Zekk! Holy shit! I didn't even see that down there! Has that been there this whole time? Wow! That's what happens when I'm listening more than I am paying attention to the screen. That definitely makes more sense. Yeah. It's like, I knew I've heard that's been there this whole time, hasn't it? It's been staring me in the face. Maybe I need new glasses. Maybe these are just bad now. I don't know. There's like a scratch in the middle of this one, maybe? That kind of caused it? I'm coping, obviously. I don't know how the hell I didn't see that, but okay, yeah, Zekk definitely makes more sense for this sound for sure. I still don't know how I missed that text on the screen. I feel absolutely moronic for that. It was right there. Maybe it was like just behind the microphone, but again, that's probably cope. Either way, this song is really fun. Also, something I can actually talk about with the music theory on this one. It's not too much, but it is fun to talk about. Zekk has a different way of approaching music than somebody like Cosmograph does, where again, Cosmograph has like his own sort of like ideas that he always uses, these motifs that he kind of slips in, or even just straight up the samples and sounds he chooses to use are more appropriated to his work compared to everything else. And Zekk is another musician that has that. Most musicians have something like that, where there's like this characteristic of how they write that you can just tell it's them pretty immediately. And I could immediately tell that this was not a Cosmograph sound in the way it was mixed, mastered. Everything about it sounded different. Most of that, though, is just the sound design for Zekk, because Zekk loves sound design, if that was not obvious by this song. But this song was kind of done in like an F minor key, which is really fun to mess around with because it always sits in these like really dark areas. A lot of D flat, E flat in here. There's even C in here. B flat minor. I'm even pretty sure there's stuff like A flat in here, which again, all this makes sense for the key. It's not like it's anything surprising. G flat definitely in there, maybe even a G flat minor at times. I think there was even a point where there was like an E in here and I was like, whoa, like there's some definite decisions made in this song, especially with things like that B flat minor I mentioned. That's such an interesting chord in there, but it does work in the key. It's just like, oh, you went that direction instead. And I like how that works in the song. I think that there's a lot of moments where the melody of this one goes from being what could have just been kind of spooky, sad, somewhere in this, but like also this progression I'm doing right now is pretty uplifting. It's not like there's like a negative connotation that's like firm lock to minor keys, but it is just more willing to go in those directions. And that's kind of the case with the bass in this song. The bass line was very much more of a darker tone. Like, that's not exactly the bass line, but that is, I think, all the notes that are played in the, like, general bass line there. There's little adjustments, of course, every song's gonna have them, but this is why I love this key. It has so much room for activities, and you can have something that sounds really, really, like, almost beautiful, but at the same time, this, like, melancholic bottom end to the song, where it's like, okay, you can make this into something bright. You could turn this into a dance theme. You know, like if you went up to that A flat there's plenty of options, but F minor is one of those keys that it like really locks itself into this sadder, darker tone. And for this song, there's somewhere between that is where this song kind of ends up. And I'm not entirely sure because I know Annihilio, I know like why Annihilio do the nuke, but at the same time, it's like, that's such an interesting choice for a theme for that type of a character. It makes me wonder if there's like a deeper purpose to that or just because it sounds cool. I talk about that quite a bit. Sometimes there's not always a bigger purpose. Sometimes it is just because it sounds cooler. And for somebody who's very used to throwing around a lot more sound design stuff, just like Zekk is, that might be more the case, but man, it still sounds cool regardless. So we have this like entire song just bouncing around in there. They even, I think, use C flat. And C flat's one of those weird chords because it's also B, and harmonically, it's the same chord. It's just called something else depending on the key you're playing in. So this is why those sorts of decisions are very interesting to me. Because you never know exactly what the goal is for some of these choices, because we had that, like, B flat minor that's just, like, straight up, you feel how those two, they weren't played next to each other, by the way, but like within the context of a song, oh, they've got so much weight to it. And like, what an interesting choice, you know, like this is why music from NIKKE gets me, because every single person they have working on this game's music seems to really understand that weight to a different degree. And it's always a really well done song. It's just a matter of like where you place it and how you're going to utilize certain functions of a chord and a key to be able to make it feel a little bit different. Like there was a few sevenths just kind of lurking around in here, but it was mostly things that you wouldn't really connect to the main chord, like a lot of accentual stuff happening in this song. Like there was this that happened in the song too. That's just 3 notes right next to each other, G, F, E, that's it. And it's just, why, but like, okay, cool, you know, like these accents are what make that extra little spice to the song feel that much more impactful. So I know this is me just yapping about how music do, but that's kind of the point of what I do on this channel, isn't it? I love how this song worked out. All the sound design stuff was fantastic. It always is. But this song, for some reason, just grabbed me. And I think it's really weird that this song, of all songs I've heard recently, especially that a lot of them have been very sound design heavy and not so much music theory stuff that I can talk about, this song, which is arguably more sound design than some of the other ones, it just grabbed me to the point where I was like, I have to talk about why the music theory works with this one. I can't explain why that is, unfortunately. There's just, once in a while, you hear a song that just speaks to you a little bit different than other ones, and this one is that for me. It's a very well done piece. Maybe it's just because I haven't heard Zekk sound in a while, so my brain was just like, ooh, yay, a new, fresher idea. Maybe, but like, Either way, a fantastic song, phenomenal work, and just balancing it all out. Again, that like delayed part in the latter part of the song, that was really cool. Just a slight delay on that. That's a good sound design choice, just to make things feel a little bit more off kilter and keep things moving as far as the design of the song goes, so it doesn't get stale. You don't have to make huge adjustments in order to make a song feel different. That's not really how the human factor works for music. You just need a couple of milliseconds in either direction to really nail down that separation of the timing. Sure, you have like the firm beat of the metronome, but what I'm saying is put something a little bit before or a little bit after that hit on the metronome, and that'll make it feel a little bit better. And for this, just that one spot, it was a little bit more exaggerated than most times I would recommend doing this, but I like that. In this song specifically, it just works. It kind of plays the strengths of having all the other sound design going on. It just ends up working out. Zekk knows how to make that happen and knows how to make it feel good, even though it technically shouldn't feel good, you know? It's just skill and experience. That's working at it and figuring it out, and sometimes just trying something weird. That could have been an example of that, just like him messing around with it, putting in the general sound, and then going, what if I offset this a little bit? And then it ended up working out. He liked the sound, and that's how we got it in the song. Whatever the case may be, that's where the creative factor comes in. And that's why these musicians, especially from NIKKE, always manage to nail their sound, because they're so confident in it, I think. At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Practicing it, sometimes messing around, doing weird stuff, but being confident in those final decisions you make as an artist. You're gonna suck when you first start, obviously. We all do. I do. But at the same time, there's points where you hit something in a song where you just know that that's what was supposed to happen. It's like fate grabbed the wheel and you're like, okay, I guess I'm not driving anymore. It just happens sometimes. So I think that's about all I gotta say on this one. I'm going to keep yapping if I don't shut myself up. So thank you all so very much for watching. If you have another song you want me to get to from NIKKE, by all means, drop in the comments below. I know a bunch of the Persona collab stuff came out, so if there's anything in there or anything still from the prior versions I haven't gotten to that you want me to get to, drop them in the comments below and I will do my best as always to get to those. But if you don't want to do any of that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!